Stop scrolling, because the 5 wheat pennies you're about to see have shocked collectors worldwide. Coins that once bought candy are now worth hundreds, thousands, even more. Today we expose 5 rare 1920s wheat cents that most people still don't realize they're holding. Welcome back to OldCoin Secrets. Coin number 1, 1926 wheat cent, one of the toughest hidden rarities in the wheat penny series. Today's coin is not just another old penny. This is a coin that experienced collectors quietly respect and aggressively hunt for. We're talking about the 1926 Lincoln wheat cent, a coin that may look simple, but in reality, it is one of the most condition-sensitive and difficult wheat pennies to find in high grade. This is where mint mark plus condition completely changed the story. Historical background. The year 1926 falls into a period when coins were heavily used in everyday transactions. People did not save pennies. They spent them over and over again. Now add one more factor. This coin was struck at the San Francisco Mint, marked with an S below the date. Coins from the San Francisco Mint during the 1920s were often weakly struck, produced with less sharp detail, more likely to wear down quickly. Because of this, high-quality survivors are extremely scarce today. Design details. The 1926 wheat cent features the classic Victor D. Brenner wheat penny design. Obverse, front. Abraham Lincoln portrait. In God We Trust at the top. Date 1926 with S mint mark below. Liberty on the left. Reverse, back. 2 wheat stalks framing the design. 1 cent in the center. United States of America. E pluribus unum above. This design ran from 1909 to 1958 and remains one of the most collected U.S. coin designs ever. Metal composition, 95% copper, 5% zinc and tin. Weight, 3.11 grams. Diameter, 19 mm. Edge, plain. Because of its high copper content, the 1926 wheat cent also carries intrinsic metal value, but its real worth comes from rarity. Why the S mint mark matters. Here's what makes the 1926 special. Lower quality strikes. Heavy circulation. A fewer coins saved. Extremely low survival rate in high grade. Most examples today show flat wheat lines, weak Lincoln details, brown surfaces, heavy wear. Finding a sharp, well-struck 1926 is exceptionally difficult. Condition rarity, the real secret. This coin is a condition rarity, meaning common in low grades, rare in mid grades, extremely rare in mint state. Collectors especially look for strong wheat stalk lines, clear Lincoln hair detail, original luster, no cleaning or damage. 1926 wheat cent value guide. Approximate market values. Good, fine, $2, $10. Very fine, $20, $60. Extremely fine, $150, $400. About uncirculated, $800, $2,000. Mint state, MS 63, $6,000, $10,000. MS 65, red, $150,000 price. Yes, a penny from 1926 can be worth more than a luxury car. Color makes a massive difference. Copper coins are graded by color. Bin brown, most common. RB, red-brown, rare. RD, full red, extremely rare.
A 1926 wheat cent in full red is one of the great condition rarities of the entire wheat penny series.
Errors and varieties. Some known collectible errors include weak or partial strikes, decracks, off-center strikes, lamination errors. Error examples can push values into the thousands of dollars depending on severity. Collector demand. Why collectors love the 1926 wheat cent, San Francisco Mint scarcity. Difficult high-grade coin. The strong auction demand are essential for advanced wheat penny sets. This coin is often called a sleeping giant among wheat pennies. How to check your coin. If you have a 1926 wheat cent, look for the S mint mark. Check wheat line sharpness. Look for original shine. Avoid cleaned coins. If your coin looks unusually sharp, professional grading is strongly recommended. Final thoughts. The 1926 wheat cent proves one powerful truth in coin collecting. Scarcity is not always about mintage. It's about survival. Millions were made. Very few survived well, and even fewer exist in top condition. So if you ever find a clean, sharp 1926 wheat cent, you might be holding one of the true hidden treasures of the wheat penny series. Coin number 2, 1924 D wheat cent, the silent survivor that can shock collectors. Now, we are talking about a coin that looks very ordinary at first glance, But in the world of coin collecting, its rarity and demand have quietly exploded. I'm talking about the 1924 D Lincoln wheat cent, a penny that most people ignore as pocket change. And that's exactly where the biggest mistake happens. Historical background. The year 1924 was a transitional period for the United States. World War I had ended, but the economy was still finding its balance. During this time, the Denver Mint, identified by the D mint mark, produced Lincoln wheat cents, but not in the strong quality many collectors expect. Because of this, most 1924 D wheat cents circulated heavily, which means high-grade survivors are extremely rare today. Design details. On the obverse, you see the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, there are two wheat stalks with the words, 1 cent, United States of America. This wheat penny design was used from 1909 to 1958. However, the 1924 D issue is well known for weak strikes, making sharp examples much harder to find. Why the 1924 D wheat cent is special. What truly makes this coin special is a very low survival rate in high grades, a weak strike quality from the Denver Mint, a strong and consistent collector demand. Most 1924 D cents are heavily worn. If you ever find one with sharp details, strong wheat lines and clean surfaces, you are not holding an ordinary penny, you are holding a hidden treasure. Mintage numbers versus reality. Official records show millions of 1924 D wheat cents were minted. But in coin collecting, mintage numbers never tell the full story. The reality is most examples are heavily worn. Red or red-brown coins are extremely rare. Mint state examples sell for shocking prices at auctions. 1924 D wheat cent value breakdown. Values depend heavily on condition and color. Good to fine, $10, $40, very fine, $60, $150, extremely fine, $200, $400. About uncirculated, 700 plies. Mint state, MS63 plus, $3,000, $15,000 plus. Top pop, MS65 plus. Red, $50,000 to $100,000 plus. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Color matters, brown, and red. For collectors, color is critical. Brown, BN, most common. Red-brown, RB, rare. Full red, RD, extremely rare and highly valuable. If you own a 1924 D wheat cent in full red condition, this is no longer just a coin. It's a serious investment piece. Errors and varieties. Some known varieties and errors include weak D mint mark, he mean or die cracks. With off-center strikes, rare but valuable. Error coins always bring additional premium value. Collector demand. Demand for the 1924 D wheat cent is strong not only in the United States, but worldwide. Why? The Lincoln wheat cent series is one of the most collected coin series on Earth. And the 1924 D is considered a key date or semi-key date within that series. How to check if your coin is valuable. If you own this coin, check the D mint mark with magnification. Look for sharp wheat lines on the reverse. Examine Lincoln's hair and jawline for detail. Consider professional grading by PCGS or NGC. Final thoughts. The 1924 D wheat cent is not flashy, not gold or silver, often underestimated, but it is rare in high grade, rich in history, not extremely valuable in the right condition. So the next time you look through old pennies, never ignore a 1924 D wheat cent. You might be holding the coin that could change your financial story forever. Coin number 3, 1925. D wheat penny, a forgotten coin with serious collector power. I'm talking about the 1925 D Lincoln wheat penny, a coin that quietly survived one of the most challenging eras in American history. Most people see it as just another old penny. Collectors see it as a scarce Denver Mint survivor with rising demand. Historical background. The year 1925 sits right in the middle of the post-World War I period. America was experiencing economic changes that would soon lead to the Great Depression. The Denver Mint, D mint mark, produced wheat pennies during this time. But like many Denver issues of the 1920s, strike quality was weak, and most coins entered heavy circulation immediately. This is why today high-grade 1925 D wheat pennies are surprisingly hard to find. Design overview. Obverse, Abraham Lincoln's portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner. Reverse, 2 wheat stalks with 1 cent and United States of America. Edge plain. Composition: 95% copper, 5% zinc and tin. Weight 3.11 grams. The design may be classic, but the condition is everything for this coin. Why the 1925 D wheat penny matters. The 1925 D wheat penny is not considered a major key date, but it is a condition rarity. What does that mean? Common in low grades, scarce in high grades, rare with strong strike and clean surfaces. Most examples you'll see are flat wheat lines, weak Lincoln details, heavy wear. Finding one with sharp wheat stalks and bold lettering is where the real value begins. Mintage for survival. Millions of 1925 D wheat pennies were minted. But here's the truth collectors understand. Mintage numbers do not equal availability. Circulation destroyed quality. Red and red-brown examples are extremely scarce. That's why auction prices can be shocking. 1925 D wheat penny value guide. Values depend heavily on condition and color. Good, fine, $2, $10, very fine, $15, $40, extremely fine, $75, $150, about uncirculated, $250, $600, mint state, MS63, $1,500, $3,500, MS65 red, $20,000, $75,000 plus. Yes, a penny from 1925 can reach 5-figure prices in top condition. Color is critical. Collectors divide copper coins into 3 color categories. Brown, BN, most common. Red-brown, RB, scarce. Full red, RD, extremely rare and valuable. A 1925 D in full red is a dream coin for serious collectors. Errors and varieties. Some known error types include weak or filled D mint mark. A die cracks. The off-center strikes. Error examples can add hundreds or even thousands to the value. Collector demand. The Lincoln Wheat Cent series is one of the most collected coin series in the world. Within that series, Denver Mint coins from the 1920s, including the 1925 D, are especially desirable due to their condition rarity. How to check your coin. If you have a 1925 D wheat penny, look closely at the D mint mark. Check wheat lines for sharpness. Inspect Lincoln's hair and cheekbone. Avoid cleaning. Cleaning destroys value. Consider professional grading, PCGS or NGC. Final thoughts. The 1925 D wheat penny proves one important lesson in coin collecting. Rarity is not about age alone. It's about condition. This coin may look simple. It may look common, but in the right grade, it becomes a serious collector asset. So next time you see a 1925 D wheat penny, don't dismiss it. Look closer, because you might be holding a quiet survivor with powerful value. Coin number 4, 1926. Wheat cent. A common date that becomes rare in the right condition. This is the 1926 Lincoln Wheat Cent, a coin that proves one very important rule in numismatics. A coin doesn't have to be rare by date to be rare by condition. At first glance, the 1926 wheat cent may seem ordinary, but once you understand its history, survival rate, and condition scarcity, you realize this penny deserves real respect. Historical background. The year 1926 was part of a calm period in U.S. history, sitting between World War I and the Great Depression. America was expanding, industries were growing, and coins were being used heavily in daily commerce. Because of this, pennies circulated aggressively. Very few were saved by collectors. High-grade examples became scarce over time. The 1926 wheat cent was minted during an era when coins were made to be spent, not preserved. Design details. The 1926 wheat cent features the iconic wheat penny design by Victor David Brenner. Obverse, front, portrait of Abraham Lincoln. In God we trust at the top. Data 1926. Liberty on the left. Reverse, back. 2 wheat stalks. 1 cent in the center. United States of America. E pluribus unum at the top. This classic design ran from 1909 to 1958 and is one of the most beloved coin designs in U.S. history. Metal composition, 95% copper, 5% zinc and tin. Weight, 3.11 grams. Diameter, 19 mm. Edge, plain. Because of its high copper content, the 1926 wheat cent also has intrinsic metal value, making it attractive even to non-collectors. Mint locations. The 1926 wheat cent was struck at 3 mints. Philadelphia, no mint mark.
Denver D,
San Francisco's at. Among these, Philadelphia is the most common. Denver and San Francisco are tougher in higher grades, and all three become rare in mint state red. Why condition matters so much? Here's the key point collectors know. Millions were minted. Very few survived in top condition. Most 1926 wheat cents today show heavy wear, flat wheat lines, weak Lincoln details, brown surfaces, finding one with sharp wheat stalks, strong lettering, original luster, is where value jumps dramatically. 1926 wheat cent value guide. Approximate market values. Good, fine 0.50, 3. Very fine 5 on 15 to extremely fine 25.75. About uncirculated 150, 400. Mint state MS63 $900, $2,000. MS65 red $12,000, 36,000 plus. Yes, a common penny can turn into a 5-figure coin when condition is exceptional. Color classification is critical. Copper coins are graded by color. BN brown, most common. RB red-brown, scarce. D full red, extremely rare. Wheat cent in full red is one of the hardest coins to find in the entire wheat penny series. Errors and varieties. Some collectible errors include decracks, off-center strikes, weak or filled lettering. Lamination errors. Error examples can increase value from hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on severity. Collector demand. The Lincoln Wheat Cent series is one of the most collected coin series in the world. Why collectors want the 1926 Wheat Cent classic design? A high copper content. Condition rarity. Strong long-term demand. Even advanced collectors actively search for high-grade 1926 examples to upgrade their sets. How to check your 1926 Wheat Cent. If you own one, check carefully. Are the wheat lines sharp? Is Lincoln's hair detailed? Does the coin still shine? Any signs of cleaning? Cleaning destroys value. If your coin looks unusually clean and sharp, professional grading may be worth it. Final thoughts. The 1926 Wheat Cent teaches an important lesson. Common coins become rare when they survive in exceptional condition. Most people ignore this penny. Collectors study it. Experts search for the best examples. So before you dismiss a 1926 Wheat Cent as just another old penny, take a closer look. Because sometimes, the most powerful treasures are hiding in plain sight. Coin number 5. 1927. Wheat Cent, a quiet survivor from the Roaring Twenties. At first glance, the 1927 Lincoln Wheat Cent may look like just another old penny. But experienced collectors know this coin represents an important era in American history, and in the Wheat Penny series, condition is everything. This is a coin that lived through the Roaring Twenties, a time of rapid economic growth, heavy commerce, and constant coin circulation. Most 1927 pennies were used hard, not saved. Historical background. The year 1927 came just 2 years before the Great Depression. America was thriving economically, and small change like pennies passed through countless hands every day. Because of this, coins wore down quickly. Few were preserved. High-grade examples are scarce today. The 1927 Wheat Cent was produced during the peak of everyday coin usage, making well-preserved examples far rarer than the mintage numbers suggest. Design overview. Like all wheat pennies, the 1927 cent features the classic Victor D. Brenner design. Obverse, front. Abraham Lincoln portrait. In God We Trust at the top. Date 1927. Liberty on the left. Reverse, back. 2 wheat stalks. 1 cent in the center. United States of America. E pluribus unum above. This design ran from 1909 to 1958 and remains one of the most iconic American coin designs ever made. Metal composition: 95% copper, 5% zinc and tin. Weight: 3.11 grams. Diameter: 19 mm. Plain edge. The high copper content adds intrinsic value, but the real worth of the 1927 Wheat Cent comes from condition and eye appeal. Mint locations. The 1927 Wheat Cent was minted at Philadelphia, no mint mark. Denver, D mint mark. San Francisco, S mint mark. Among these, Philadelphia is the most common. Denver is moderately scarce. San Francisco examples are the hardest to find in strong condition. Why condition matters so much? Most 1927 Wheat Cents today show flat wheat stalks, weak Lincoln hair detail, heavy wear, dark brown surfaces, Finding a coin with sharp wheat lines. Clear Lincoln details. The original luster. To no cleaning is becoming increasingly difficult. 1927 wheat cent value guide. Approximate values by condition. Good. Fine. 0.25. 2. Very fine. $5.20. Extremely fine. 50. 150. About uncirculated. $300. $800. Mint state. MS-63. $1,500. $3,000. MS-65 red. 40,000. Yes, a penny from 1927 can be worth tens of thousands of dollars in top condition. Color classification. Copper coins are graded by color. BN brown fee most common. RB red brown scarce. RD full red extremely rare. A full red 1927 wheat cent is one of the key condition rarities in the series. Errors and varieties. Some known collectible errors include off-center strikes, decracks, weak strikes, lamination errors. Error examples can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on severity. Collector demand. Collectors value the 1927 wheat cent because it represents the peak of pre-depression coinage. High-grade examples are very scarce. It is essential for advanced wheat penny collections. While not always labeled a key date, it is a key condition coin. How to identify a valuable example. Check for strong wheat stalk detail, clear Lincoln jaw and hair, original surface luster, no signs of cleaning. If your coin looks unusually sharp or colorful, professional grading is highly recommended. Final thoughts. The 1927 wheat cent teaches an important lesson in coin collecting. A common date can become rare when time removes quality. Millions were minted. Millions were spent. Only a few survived beautifully. If you ever come across a clean, sharp 1927 wheat cent, you may be holding a quiet survivor worth far more than 1 cent.